Hello everybody, my name is Wilder, and Tales of Arise, the newest addition to the Tales of series that'll be coming out later this year, got a new trailer recently. It looks great, the story seems really cool. I'm a huge fan of Symphonia, so I hope they do the whole two worlds plot well and put a cool twist on it, which it seems they already have. And we got to see two new main characters who look awesome. But I'm not too worried about the trailer because at the same time, we got 7 minutes of pure gameplay shown off to us. And like one cutscene. And it got me way more hyped than I already was. There's a lot that's changed from Berseria, so let's take a look at everything and see what's up. First of all, I cannot say anything else until I comment on how this game looks. What a step up from the previous games! This game looks beautiful! It looks so pretty that when the game initially leaked back in 2019 with screenshots, I thought the images were from a different game and not a Tales game. I actually didn't believe it. Now that I'm getting an in-depth look at it all, the world and areas still look amazing, while the character models have kept that familiar Tales of feel to them, and it makes for a really nice, cool-looking mix. Tales of Arise isn't actually being made in the old Tales of engine. Bandai Namco is using Unreal Engine 4 to make this game, while using their own custom shaders for the characters, which is why we're getting this really cool mix I mentioned. I'm just really excited to go exploring in this game. The towns and the cities look beautiful from what we've seen in the past, and I just can't wait to check them all out. Speaking of exploring though, the areas we got to see from the gameplay video were really interesting. From earlier trailers and footage, quite a few people thought that this game was going to be a bit more open and free roam than past titles. The desert, canyon-like area of Aleksndrea looks pretty open, and like there's quite a bit to see. But next they show off a snowy wintry area called Soudloo. And this area is much more linear than the last, with tighter pathways and not much room. They both kind of remind me more of what Berseria was like, which honestly I'm fine with. Besides, this is only a fraction of the game, so maybe it actually is super open, who knows? We're gonna have to wait until we see more. But from what we're seeing here, I think it's gonna feel pretty familiar to a lot of people. However, there are quite a few differences you can find already, like here, being able to swim. That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's awesome. Getting hyped for swimming, it's like Animal Crossing New Leaf again. But seriously, according to the producer, you're going to be able to both jump and swim around environments, so hopefully this will lead to more freedom and exploration in some areas. There's also the CP meter that pops up a few times. It shows up in battles here, but it also shows up when doing this little side quest or objective thing. There's an injured traveler on the road here, and you have the option to heal them. Doing so will take CP. It looks like CP will let you use certain skills in battle as well. You can see the meter go down throughout the battle. But it also increases when you first get into a battle. Like here, this battle ends with 154 CP, right? But then without a cut in between, the next battle starts with 177 CP. So maybe you gain some when entering a battle. Or maybe by walking around? But if you got it by walking around, then I don't understand this. At the end of this area, there's a mysterious light that restores all HP and CP. This does show up right before a boss in the video though, and it seems to go away after one use. So maybe you do gain CP from walking around and this is just here for a full restore before the boss. You know, I don't know. It's interesting though, maybe I'm missing something. I want to know how it works. Anyway, I mentioned battles a second ago, let's talk about them, because they got some pretty big changes. First of all, I hated Berseria's combat. I love its story, love its characters so much, but that battle style definitely isn't the reason I finished that game. Arise seemed to have fixed a lot of stuff with that old style, while also mixing it up quite a bit. First of all, battles this time around are made to be much faster, and, in my opinion, much more flashy. But their focus was on speed. You can see it too just from taking a look at the gameplay, it's really cool. Not only are battles much faster, but there's also a new core mechanic to them this time around. Every character has a dodge. Yeah, every character can dodge in this game. Apparently, dodging enemy attacks is going to be a key combat mechanic this time around, which I am all for. That sounds really good. I like the idea, and from what I'm seeing here, it looks like it's being implemented well. Won't know for sure until I get my hands on it, but I like how fast-paced this gameplay is, with the dodging and reaction element thrown on top. It's definitely my kind of action and combat, so to see it in a Tales game is really cool. I just hope it feels as rewarding as it really should. If you're not too excited about having to time dodges on top of the combat now, don't worry. There's an option to turn on auto dodge for anyone who either doesn't want to worry about it, or anyone who's having trouble with the fast-paced combat. I'm all for this as well. I always love options. It's something games need more instead of changes, so any options given to us is a plus in my opinion. Let me know what you think about the new dodging mechanic though, because while we've had backsteps in the past, we've never really had like a full-on dodge mechanic here, so let me know what you think about how this is going to change things up. Anyway, actually battling itself. They changed one of the biggest problems I had with Berseria. They brought back regular attacks. You have no idea how happy I am about this. Regular attacks are back, and you can once again chain them into arts, which seem to follow the same system Berseria had for them, kind of? You can see the art names over to the right, and once you use one, the names will switch. So just like Berseria, it seems like you're going to be able to make sets of arts to combo into each other. Which is fine, it's great, especially with the fast-paced gameplay here. I think it'll be really cool. I'm just happy we got regular attacks back, because while there are some people who think they don't matter, not having them really made the experience for me pretty dull, and oddly enough, the more options they gave me to replace them, the less options it felt like I had. It was a really weird system to me. The reason I felt like this, though, is no secret. It was the soul mechanic. In Berseria, you started a battle with 3 souls, and every time you attacked, it would take part of the meter down. Getting more souls in battle was possible, but it turned into a needless headache that was just a bunch of micromanaging due to the fact that you could lose them. That mechanic is in Arise, but it's changed up for the better already from what we can see in the gameplay here. The little diamonds above the character's health bars is what I'm talking about. When you use arts, these diamonds deplete, and you have to wait a second for them to recharge before you can use arts again. They recharge really quickly though, so it's fine. But the best thing about it is that your regular attacks don't use up any of them, just the arts do. This is amazing and was a much needed change. It's really one of the things I'm most excited for about this game. I'm really glad they decided to work on this system because it wasn't the system itself that was bad, it was how it functioned. It seems like they found a really good balance here and it looks like it's going to pay off well. Especially, again, with how fast-paced this combat is. Aside from all that though, something interesting to me is that you can see the characters' portraits in battle on the left of the screen, but their health is on the right. This is a really cool setup. It's definitely very clean looking. This whole UI is clean, by the way, I'm a huge fan. But a big reason for this portrait health split might be because of how fast you can switch characters in battle. It happens really quickly. I don't know if switching characters will take any of the diamonds or souls above your health bar like it did in Berseria, but I kinda hope not, because with them prioritizing speed in combat, it would be cool to be able to switch on the fly whenever you want and not be penalized for it, continue your combo with other characters. Your other characters use arts on their own as well, so it's not like whoever you switch to will be able to use all their arts right after you switch. So I don't think it'll be too crazy. I think it'll feel good. It'll make you feel really cool and technical. You can probably chain together some really awesome character switching combos. Speaking of combos though, there are going to be these special combo attacks the characters can do together. They're very quick, very flashy attacks with a short cutscene that you can do. They look a little like Mystic Arts, but with multiple characters. Not sure how they're used exactly yet, but they look cool. Something really interesting though is what happens after battle. Check it out, there's no end screen and no victory quotes after battle. It looks like they weren't just focusing on making gameplay faster when it came to battles, but overall. Of course I love the end quotes in battles, but I like this a lot. It's very fast and there's no loading screen in between battle and going back to exploring. And your end battle stats appear on the side of the screen as you're walking around. It's definitely faster and I'm really not bothered by it at all. I'll miss the end screen and its fun interactions, but the amount of times the scenes and dialogue would just roll over wasn't really worth it in my opinion. Yeah, I'll miss them, of course, but I think this is going to be a really good change that'll feel good, most importantly. Also, I'm okay with it because it seems like skits are going to be back in this game. The producer of Arise mentioned in an interview that the team was looking at things like character skits and chats. They're looking at what makes them so popular and how to enhance them while keeping their feel to them. Honestly, with what I've seen from this game so far, I absolutely love it, and because of how much I like what I'm seeing, I'm actually all for them changing up mechanics and elements we haven't even seen yet. I trust them. I really can't wait to see what else is new or what else they changed, hopefully always for the better. Tales of Arise is looking really great to me, but let me know what you think about it so far. Do you like all these new changes, or do you think they went too far in certain areas? Let me know down in the comments because that's going to be it from me today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.